Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with just me. Uh, I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes because uh, there's been a change. I know this is starting out a little bit awkwardly, but if it's not, you don't want to see an update for the channel, then this is not for you. But for my crew, I'm done with the Bible studies. We're not going to be doing that anymore. Uh, Not to the extent that we have before. I was doing that mainly for me. I thought I was getting into Exodus. I've been sitting here for the last 2 hours going through Exodus, and I don't need to do that. I don't need to do the study. I have done everything that I needed to do in the book of Genesis, and so we're just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna do it. Um, I have proven to myself the things that I needed to prove to myself. I have rationalized to myself the things that I needed to rationalize to myself already. And when I started getting into the book of Exodus, I realized that it wouldn't be doing anything but creating division. Like, I have proven to myself what I needed to, and I don't need to tear down anyone else's beliefs. I can just move forward from there for myself. And so that's what I'm going to do. We will be doing some religious studies, and we may even get back into the Bible because there are great amount of wisdom contained in the Bible. There are great amounts of wisdom contained in several other histories throughout. We'll probably dive into the Vedic histories next, just so that we have some more ancient history to get into and to really understand some of the symbology that's going to come into play in the next part of what we're doing on this channel. Uh, but yeah, that's where we're going to leave that. I really don't need to do any more of the Bible studies. Uh, I mean, I've always known what the Bible contained, but I never really sat down and looked at it objectively the way that I have here for the past couple of weeks. Uh, Even when I knew something wasn't quite right, I just went with it, and I am past the point of when that can be okay now. Uh, my God doesn't incarnate, so the different religions that we are going to talk about that have incarnations, that part is not really that part is not really part of it. What's going to happen is we're going to talk about some of the deeper knowledge that is held within these other religions and other mysteries, and some of the different things that they hold belief in. We'll talk a lot about auras and chakras. We'll talk a lot about energy manipulation, and we'll even talk about creation stories and destruction stories and Armageddons and all of that stuff. But we're not going to be relying mainly on one source material. Uh, well, that's not exactly true because we'll be taking them one at a time, at least to begin with. But uh, it's not going to be as Abrahamic centered as before. And I think that leaving off leaving off on Abraham is actually quite appropriate because that is where things started to go astray, was with Abraham. Oh, I'm still going to hold to the covenant of the rainbow. Like, we are not going to harm anyone. We're going to be stewards. That's what I am going for. It won't be any more of the uh, pushing for a certain narrative to happen. Like, even though I think that we are still very much in the end of this cycle, the next ascension cycle is about to take place. I don't see it as a Jesus is returning to the earth to judge all men. I don't see that, even though I know that that book says that. What I see happening is the next turning of the earth. I do believe that there will be an ascension event, that some souls will go away and not be here, and some souls will remain here to restore civilization on the other side, and that things will be significantly different on the other side of this, and that people will come together in harmony, and they will need a resource to help them
to understand how to move forward. I am going to focus on trying to get together and work out the resource for how to move forward. I've been kind of stuck on the book for a while because I needed to work through this first. This needed to come first. And God has a way of just stopping me from doing things and making sure that I get to where I need to get. I really think I'm where I need to get for this next section of the journey. But in order to fully explain what I see, like what has happened and all of that, we need to talk about the Vedics, and we need to talk about some of the Native American traditions and some of the things in South America and how they all tie together with creation and the next turning. And so that's where we're going to be going with it from here on out. I'm still going to be doing reactions because those are fun. I'm going to work in more of the MBTI stuff. I needed to get this done first. Don't ask me why, ask him. But I did, and I'm in a really good spot with it now. So, yeah, that's where we're at. This was just a quick what's up. I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on. I know I said we were going to be going into Exodus, and I don't see the need for it. It seems like it is just going to be divisive if I do. So we're going to leave it at that. We won't be doing that anymore. Unless y'all need me to. If y'all need me to, let me know in the comments and I will. Like, we will talk about specific questions if you have them. Bring them up. Put them in comments. We will talk about them. I will go through and talk about where I stand on them so that maybe you can understand a little bit better. Well, I'm not trying to convert anybody. Never have. What I am trying to do is show you where I got into this good spot at. Like, I'm in a really good spot. Spiritually, I'm in a good spot. Emotionally, I'm in a good spot. With everything, like, my anxiety still gets to me a little bit, but I can work through it for the most part. The depression part is really not an issue for me anymore. The addiction part's really not an issue for me anymore. I'm in a really good spot. And so I'm just trying to pass on some wisdom. And now I'm finally in a place where I can do that guilt-free, because for me, the way my stack is built, I'm very concerned about how other people are going to feel. Like, whether I want to be or not, I'm going to know how you're going to feel. Sometimes I can cast that away and not give a shit, but I'm still going to be concerned about it. And so I needed to make sure that my footing was firm before we went into the next part, and it's pretty firm. I'm willing to break the traditions, and so that's where we're at. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. We're going to have some more stuff coming up. Y'all hang tight. Till next time, this has been pittstake. Peace.